episode of RatG TV with your hosts, Zeus and the Welland Wingnut. And they thought I was the crazy one.
Black magic. You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you want to hear.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of RatG TV. It's your boy Zeus. With me as usual, it's the Welland Wing. No, this ain't gonna do. Nah, all right, there we go. There's your boy, the Welland Wingnut, with us here. And how you doing, Luke, buddy? Good to see you.
Good. Rocking old school, both of us.
I
thought you had the radio.
I was gonna put it on too. I actually had it in my hand today. We should have coordinated before we came on.
I've had to put the Robin one away because it's too many washes with a shirt like that, and it'll start to have to retire it out.
Like happened with my Batman one, which was just a write-off. We really do need to remake those shirts because those were great, honestly. And if you didn't know, I'm sorry, folks. Now, folks, I'm in my new studio. I know you can't tell because it's all green screen and stuff here, but I am away from my wireless router. I have bought an extender, so hopefully this feed goes good for you. If not, I will switch over quickly to my phone one, but I'm just giving everybody a heads up ahead of time. But Steve, if that does happen, Steve will take over for a bit while I pop out and get you back in there, because Steve now has full control as well on this ship. Yes, well, I figured it was time the first mate got his shot.
It's almost like I've gone mad.
Gone.
Oh, right.
Right.
The madness within me.
That would mean you'd have to have not been there before.
Right.
Facebook user LOL. Somebody commenting on the RatG TV group. When you comment, if you're playing along at home from the RatG TV group, put your comment and then put your name at the end. Just your first name is fine. Never go wrong. Sides again. My drunk head can't handle it. I'm not even going there.
So I'm excited today. I've actually had this for quite a while now, and I just kept forgetting to bring it on the show. And it's something I think we should give away as a prize. I can't even believe I'm giving it away because this is something that comes along once in a lifetime. I have a sealed copy of John Candy's Armed and Dangerous autograph that we're going to give away today.
Wait, what?
As you see my signature right there.
I was just going to say, that's not how you spell John.
No, I autographed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You get an autographed copy from the Welland Wingnut. I'm like, you have an autographed copy from John? When the hell did you get that from John Candy? I know he didn't live that far from us. But damn, you got all our fans all stoked and everything. What do they have to do to win? And how are you going to ship it to them? We'll figure that out, right?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that'll be our big bracket winner. Wait,
right.
Bracket winner for what? People are saying. What is this March Geekness Madness thing? There's no madness. Well, just between the two of us. We're all a little mad here. But this is it. It's the RatG TV March Geekness bracket. As you can see there, we have got brackets from the comic book bracket, which contains the DC Comics region and the Marvel region. Then, of course, we've got the video game section, which has the Xbox region and the PlayStation region, Nintendo, PC Mobile, TV and streaming series is another bracket. And in that, we've got action, horror, comedy, superhero. And then for the movies, it's the same deal: superhero, action, comedy, and horror. Somebody brought it out to me earlier. We could end up with Batman versus Batman, or sorry, we could end up with Joker versus Joker in the final, or Wolverine versus Logan.
Wow.
It could happen, folks. It could very well happen.
Don't be going all Howard Stern on us and screw this thing up, people.
people. So as you can see, here's a bracket right here. If you want, you could throw in your comments right now who would win. Just let us know. Is Batman beating Deathstroke? Or who's winning between Wonder Woman and Black Adam? Who's winning between Joker and the Red Hood? Is Jason Todd going to get that revenge on the Joker for, killing him? Lex Luthor versus Superman. Hulk in the Marvel bracket. We have Hulk versus Ultimate Green Goblin. Deadpool versus Magneto. Thanos versus Silver Surfer. And Doctor Doom versus Wolverine. Let us know who you got in that bracket. Please and thank you. We've got lots though. Steve's autograph is epic, nearly as epic as Bloomhouse.
Jeff Goldblum house.
Yeah. More like a Steve Goldblum. And what was that last one there? March is the best month. All the best mad people are born in March. I guess it's your birthday this month.
It must be, yeah.
And the mad people. Oh, well, it is my girlfriend's birthday this month.
Well, happy early and or late birthday, Luke.
All right. So moving on with the show there. As you saw, we do have a lot of votes to come in. We had some votes that have come in, so we'll be tallying those up and let you know who's moving on later in the show. We also have the video game bracket. We have Halo 2 going up against Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Fable, which is one of my all-time favorite Xbox games, honestly, going up against Dead or Alive 3. In the PlayStation category, we have Uncharted 4 going up against God of War Ragnarok. What an opening matchup that is right there. Spider-Man 2018, which is an amazing game, going up against Ghost of Tsushima, another fantastic game. Nintendo, we have Zelda Ocarina of Time going up against Super Mario 3. Like, what the hell, man? Tetris versus Mario Kart. And then on mobile, we've got Pokemon Go versus Candy Crush, World of Warcraft versus StarCraft. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just I was looking at these matchups earlier, and it's just crazy to think of some of these entries that we've have here that are going to be gone in the first round.
Which is insane to think. Like I said, like just even that. What was I just looking at there? Uncharted 4 versus God of War Ragnarok. Both those games were game of the year.
This next bracket has some epic matchups in the first round.
Which one? The movies?
No, TV shows, I believe.
All right, because we just showed movies. Well, TV shows. Here we go. Game of Thrones versus 24. Vikings versus Warrior. The Walking Dead versus American Horror Story. Bates Motel taking on Ash versus Evil Dead. And the comedy, we've got Married with Children starting off against Night Court, going head-to-head. Both of our favorite shows going head-to-head against each other. Seinfeld taking on The Big Bang Theory. That's going to be another big one. The Boys taking on Daredevil from Netflix. And then The Greatest American Hero. I'm not thinking things are going to turn out too good for him as he takes on John Cena's Peacemaker.
We've always got some dark horses. You got to have the dark horses.
The Mandalorian got knocked out in the in-conference tourney. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
You know what? The Mandalorian was a great show. It's just so hard. It's just so hard when you
I don't think it has enough behind it yet to be considered with some of these nominees.
Right. Luke, Mario versus Dead or Alive. I'd pay to see it. Yeah, if it was made by Blumhouse.
Right.
Right. But of course.
I'm getting the business from my dog right now.
You're getting the business?
Yeah. I need to give her some kind of food. Otherwise, she's going to be up my
You give her food, and I will take care right here. As I put you in the solo when it should have been myself. It should have been me. It should have been me. What are some other games that you'd like to see out there made into movies? I see somebody else's comment here. I couldn't get to it. Oh, there it is. Game of Thrones kicks 24's ass so much. I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm a 24 fan. I love 24. 24 made it like 6 or 7 seasons and kept coming back. Game of Thrones was for me was a great show for 4 seasons, for 3 seasons and then a bit. And then after that, I was out. I was like, nah, I'm good. It's a me. It's a Mario. No, it's a Stevio. It's a Wellandio. Welland Wingnutio. So yeah, these are going to be tough. These are going to be some really tough ones here. Like I said, there's a quick look at comics, video games, movies, and TV streaming. We will let you know the winners of the first round at the end of the show. So we're going to do things a little bit backwards today. We are going to start off with the news, like we used to do old school. Did I screw up there?
Oh, I thought we were doing it backwards.
I thought you were making fun of my stream because I thought we crossed streams.
No, don't do that.
That's just in the bathroom. That's weird.
It gets weird sometimes.
Before we move on, can I put this question out there to the world? And why is this okay? This always bothered me as a kid, even as an adult. Why is it that every male bathroom that I've ever been in as a child, and most of them as an adult, if it was a male changing room or bathroom, the only stalls that are in there are to take a shit? Why do we always have to piss right? I don't care that there's that little cup. It's hard not to listen. Women get the stalls everywhere they go. How hard is it? Just put a fucking board between us. That's all. I don't even need a full fucking stall. Just put a little wall between myself and the guy next to me. Is that too much to ask for? Like the women at Eastdale, this is just our school. Remember when in grade 12 we got to use, I don't know about you, but in grade 12 gym, we got to use the girls' locker room because we're grade 12 and there was no women's class at that time. And we
did have co-ed gym classes too, though.
What's that?
We had co-ed gym classes, but we didn't get to change together.
But there were some times where we didn't.
Right.
And we got to change in the women's bathroom. And every one of their shower stalls was individuals where they got to shower by themselves. We had to shower out with everybody. Like, what the fuck is that? I'm just saying that shit's just not right. It is not right.
You just went all Parkies on us.
I did. Don't get me wrong, 24 was epic, but Game of Thrones kicks its ass, just not the last 3 episodes or seasons. Just kidding. You know what? Even when I dropped off in season 4, it was still a good show. It just got too much for me. Toilets are there for poo-poo. If you shy, just go in the poo-poo stall. Well, that's what I do, but that's stupid. Why should I have to go hide in there, pretend that I'm taking a shit, or then I'm in there and then I feel guilty because someone sees me.
Am I not human?
Right. Do we not have rights as well? I know, I got a point, Kurt. No one cares about dudes.
Suck it up.
Right?
Suck it up.
And that's true though. It does fall back into that whole macho fucking bravado we've always been told to put on. Suck it up, just deal with it. And I'm not complaining. When I say this isn't me saying take away the women's stalls because it's not fair we don't have any. I'm saying let us have it as well. But let the kids have that as well. Because growing up, that's a rough time. And when you got to go around and showing your dick around to everybody else, especially during different growth spurts.
I've always said having a dick is a lot like religion. It's nice to have, but you keep that shit to yourself. You don't go waving it around in public.
That's right. Unless you're doing the helicopter.
Right. Or, well, what was that from, the movie with Ryan Reynolds? They made 2 of them, the restaurant.
Oh, the goat.
The goat.
The goat. Got you with the goat. Yeah, it's such a good movie. Waiting.
Still waiting.
Here's the kicker. We had showers, etc. as kids, not at my son's school. They don't shower, etc. as it's degrading. Weird. Britain. So weird in Britain. So if you guys throughout the show want to see any of those brackets again, let me know. Put them up in the comments. I will pop them up throughout the show as well. And we'll kind of go from there. How about that long trough urinal? Who invented that crap? I had never seen one of those until the first time I did underage drinking, and we went to the States, and it was Uncle Sam's. Uncle Sam's?
Yeah.
And they had that trough, and I was like, I think Club Exit had it as well.
Rich Stadium where the Buffalo Bills play.
Like, what? Like, why? We're men. Why do we have to? Why? Are we not human? Are we not human beings? We're human beings trying to peeing. I don't know. Damn, Steve, I'm all there with the religion shite. We know. All right. So, like I said, if you want, let us know. We will pop up I can pop this up, or I can pop up any specific bracket. Just let us know, and we'll put it there for you. All right. Get her done. Exactly. Get her done. Well, speaking of getting her done, like I said, we're going to start things a little bit differently. Going back a little, kicking it old school, if you will, folks. We're going to kick it old school and do our news right now. Welcome back. So you start us off here, so that's why I put it on a solo for you.
Yeah, it's Dr. Death time. We need a segue for this, or I need the cloak. Need to begin. Here we go.
I dig the hood. I dig the.
All right, so just like every week, we usually lose someone in the biz. This guy has been around for a long time. Producer, Braveheart, very Brady sequel. We're sorry for that one. He's sorry for that one. But he was president of 20th Century Fox for 3 years, and he was responsible for greenlighting Star Wars, and that's Alan Ladd at the age of 84.
Yeah, I didn't know too much about Mr. Ladd.
No.
Basically, everything you're telling me right now is all first I've heard about it. Heard of him, but sorry to hear that. You supposedly look like a mushroom, the Grim Reaper mushroom. Ooh.
Black mushroom. Wait, what?
Have we had Grim Reaper mushrooms? I just spoke to Jason Blumman. There's 2 with religion stuff. Don't ask him if you ever speak to him. It's a secret Blumhouse rules. Go on.
Moving on, a couple really great actors. You've seen them in just everything on TV. And these guys were everywhere. Ned Eisenberg, 65 years old. Most recently, Law and Order SVU. He's been in The Sopranos, Air America, $1 Million Baby, and World Trade Center. So great career for him, and very short. Too soon, 65. So,
well, like we said last week, the older we get, the younger 60 seems to be.
And this next guy was great. I loved him in just about everything he was in. Mitchell Ryan, 88 years old. He was on Dharma and Greg, which was a sitcom in the early 2000s.
Yeah, him.
Liar, Liar, as you see there, Lethal Weapon, and of course Magnum Force.
Wait, what?
Oh.
He was in Magnum Force as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. The more you know with Steve and Ryan, aka the Zeus, as I duck out of the way there. So that's it for the Dr. Death stuff this week.
That's it.
Now I was thinking of
as we say,
or as Luke says, shit, R.I.P.
No.
Rest in power, yo. Rest in power. So
I'm going well.
Well, did somebody just say howdy, Will? And loved him in Lethal Weapon. Yeah, he was great in Lethal Weapon. And I almost always forget he was in Lethal Weapon until I see the picture of him with crazy face Gary Busey there. We love you, Gary. Please come on the show.
Love lots of Gary Busey. I follow him on all his social media. He's great.
Yeah, I agree. We'll even take Jake. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah. He was in something I liked. Was he in Starship Troopers?
That's what I just said. Starship Troopers.
Oh, yeah.
Are you not listening to me? What?
I'm getting old, eh?
All right. Okay. So I did the dad thing there. Well, that's cool. That's I'm glad to hear it. Let's move on to some more award-winning news here. Yeah.
I always say, other than the People's Choice Awards, this is the only award show that matters. Voted on amongst their peers. SAG Awards this year, no different than last year. Jason Sudeikis taking home the SAG for Best Male in a Comedy Series for Ted Lasso. And Squid Games, a lot of firsts. 3 nominations, 2 wins. First non-English series to be nominated for its category, and first Korean actor to be nominated for Best Supporting. Of course, the old man, I don't have his name in front of me. I'd probably say it wrong anyways, but.
Which is my job. We all know that.
Right.
Yeah. If someone's going to butcher a name, it's going to be me. That's good. I still haven't watched it. I just need to make it past the beginning of the first episode, I guess.
What's that?
Squid Games.
Squid Games, yeah.
Yeah,
the first episode was rough, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get there. I lost my heart to Starship Trooper. It was Denise Richards. No, Luke. We all did. We all did, buddy. We all did.
Or maybe it was Patrick Harris.
It could have been Casper. It could have been Casper Van Dien.
NPH.
Hang on. Squid Games was English. Netflix made it. So was it though? Was it? Am I breaking up a lot here?
No.
No. All right. Good. So moving on. Talking about awards. A movie that's up for a bunch of awards all over the world is Benedict Cumberbatch's cowboy movie about a dog. Life of the Dog. Year of the Dog. That's what it is. Year of the Dog. Well, everybody seemed to love it with it being in award seasons, but everybody except one person, and that is Sam Elliott. And Sam Elliott called The Year of the Dog a piece of shit. Sam Elliott's yeah,
like a piece of dog shit.
Like a piece of dog shit. Exactly.
No, we won't go there. We won't go there.
I
was gonna say a white piece of dog shit, but we don't want to bring color into it.
Don't get any shit started. I'm Batman. LOL. Finally, here's stupid video card. What's up, Ronnie? Good seeing you in April today. Oh Young Soo is the old man from Squid Games. Young Soo.
Yeah.
Year of the Dog sounds like chow time in China. Why do I not read those before I post them? Like every week. Luke,
is it there that they do have the festival, the dog eating festival? There is. I'm not sure which country it is, so I'm not. But
send your hate mail. Send your hate mail to wellandwingnut@gmail.com.
Yeah.
PETA, get on it. That's a thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it is what it is. Sam Elliott, though, you and I talked about this before the show. You look at Sam Elliott and you're like, that's a guy that's going to complain about everything.
Yeah. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, but this is the first time I could think of ever actually hearing him bitch about anything.
So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess he's owed it. He deserves a couple of them. So
yeah,
you know what?
Everybody gets one.
Get more out of your way, sir.
Maybe a few. Everybody gets a few mulligans.
Read it first. Yes. But yes, 10,000 dogs are killed a year in China. I don't know if that's true. Is it though? Like, I mean, that seems weird. Anyways, that seems like something for another day.
Yes, that's a whole different topic. Training Day prequel is coming. We know that it's going to take place with a young Alonzo Harris, as you see Denzel Washington there playing the character. It's going to take place in 1992, 2 days before the Rodney King verdict.
No shit. And it's a series or a movie?
I believe it's a movie.
I mean, I'd be more down with it with a series, honestly. Movies all right, I guess. But who are you going to get to play young Denzel? Are you going to get?
I guess they're talking maybe his son.
I was going to say you get his son to play him, but his son doesn't really look like him, though.
Oh, really? I'm not sure. I've seen him.
John David Washington. He was in was it the Black Klansman? He was in the last was it called Tenet? The last fucking big movie from
right.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. It did horrible, but I mean that's COVID. That was COVID. A lot of that, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, Will, I don't want to hear this. China, Nigeria, Switzerland, and Vietnam eat dog. Look, that is absolutely sad for me to hear, but as a vegan, I mean, it's still just as sad to me as hearing someone's eating a sheep or a fucking dog, or not as sad as a fish. Though I want to feel bad for the fish, but I don't. I still won't eat it, but I'm just saying. Damn,
That's
Alonso.
where you draw the line, the fish.
Well, Denzel can play young, old, happy, sad. He's got range. He does. He does have range. His son is a great actor, but he doesn't really look like him. All right, moving on. Next story. So we go from a prequel to a sequel. Yo, we did our sci-fi show. Anytime we do rate favorite sci-fi series of all times, like television series, you and I always make sure that Quantum Leap is on board. We also always talk about how much we want to reboot, we've said we don't want a reboot. We want a sequel where they're looking for because we never found Sam never got his way home. He never made it home. So now we're like, that would be great. Well, we've got ourselves a new sequel series that is coming. And as you can see there, that is Raymond Lee. He's going to star as Dr. Ben Song. He's described as both a scientist and a man of faith. He's a world-renowned physicist working on a time travel project known as Quantum Leap. I'm down. Like, I think he looks good.
Yeah.
No,
Huge fan of the original show, so I'm looking forward to this coming back in some capacity, and I hope it does well.
Yeah, and I'm so for sequels and revivals over reboots.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it to that for sure. Yeah. Walmart has no cheese as a vegan. Walmart has cheese as a vegan, Ron. What I had said when I saw you there is they didn't have the normal cheese they had there. They just had the stuff that doesn't, the vegan cheese that doesn't melt, and that's scary. It's scary. I don't care. So VioLife is okay. It's okay. Like I'm just holding out until I go to another vegan store where they got the good stuff. Sobeys. Yes, that just happened. Picard season 2 is out now. Yes. Oh my God. I can't believe I didn't bring this up either. But Luke, I absolutely loved the first episode. It was a little slow, like it was all over the place, the first episode, but that last 20 minutes of the show tied everything all up together that you watched leading up to that. And it made you go, if you're a Star Trek fan, you're like, whoa, give me the rest. Give me all of season 2 now. Whoopi Goldberg was back. We saw her back as Guinan. We got John DeLance, I believe his name is, who plays Q. Q was back. We knew Q was coming back, but I mean, seeing him so early, and there was just a lot of death and destruction this season, this first episode, and yeah, I love this new Star Trek TV universe that they swear the stakes are higher and it's a more realness. But yeah, I love it. Sorry, it has to be Sam. Yes, that's what they're trying to find is Sam. If it takes over from Sam, then I'm on board. That's what they're going to be doing, though. I think the focus of this show is they're going to be trying to find Sam. Because I guarantee you Scott Bakula is going to be in the show. Like, they haven't said that, but I'm pretty sure. Also, it's okay to be vegan. You just don't need to tell everyone. I don't, but when it's relevant, I do. Only when it's relevant. Because I don't tell people to be vegan, because you guys can eat whatever the fuck you want. And if you don't like it, too bad. Just pay me more money. You want me here. You want me here doing this? You're going to pay me the money I deserve, or pay me the vegan food. That was my segue for pay me. Just pay me.
More money. That seems what everybody wants these days. And, it seems to have worked out for John DiMaggio. He had a tweet he put out that simply said, "I'm back, baby."
And John is, as we see in this great little graphic here. I don't know who made this. You can see it in the bottom there, just barely make it out. But
yeah, like I still would have checked out the show, obviously, because I was a big fan of the show. But it's definitely nice to know that John DiMaggio is back. That Bender being, the star of the show. Let's be real here. I mean, it was supposed to be Fry, but Bender is the star of the show. So
yeah, as long as he wasn't asking for more money than everybody else. As long as, like, I think all the cast members should make the same, like all the
top three at least.
Yeah. Or even the top like 5, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
But I'm down. I wasn't the hugest Futurama fan. I watched the first run it had, but I didn't watch it when it came back. Any of the other 17 times it's come back.
This is true.
I'll pay you in tofu pups and boko burgers. Tofu, I don't mind tofu. I don't know what a boko burger is. But if it's beyond, I'll take it. Can't wait to kiss that shiny metal ass. Well, you know what? There's a lot of people that can't. Now, Futurama coming back, but that's not the only thing. Hulu has got something in the works, and they are working on a brand new Alien series. Okay. All right. I mean, so here's the thing. I want to be like, why? But then I could say that, like, everybody could say that to me when they come up with a new Spider-Man movie or a new Batman movie or a new something else or a new James Bond movie that we've seen a million times. So, yeah, people like it. There's people like the franchises and want to see reimagining of it as long as it sticks to the same heart of the stories.
I didn't mind the Predator Alien crossover movies because I am a fan of the Predator, obviously. But right. I was never a big fan of the Alien series.
Same. I've watched them, but I don't know. And even the Predator movie, like I like the first Predator movie a lot.
I just watched it 2 days ago.
Yeah, I watched Predator 2 maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 90s, but it felt like 80s. It felt like 80s.
Yeah.
Brian says, burned out with movie properties turning into TV series. I'm actually okay with this. And my answer to that would be Reacher. If you haven't watched Reacher, I would suggest giving it a chance. If you don't want to watch Reacher because you watch Tom Cruise's Reacher, trust me, this is not Tom Cruise.
Having the advantage of streaming services now as opposed to cable gives these TV shows, instead of waiting for movies every 3, 4, or 5 years, a chance to really, we're getting more content. So as long as they don't water it down and pay fan service like a lot of the great shows do, and keep your core fans happy, then I'm okay with it.
Peacemaker came out, and Peacemaker had something, I think it was 6 episodes, and the longest episode was maybe 40 minutes. So basically you got a feature-length movie. And that's what they're doing. James Gunn's got a whole bunch of these planned. James Gunn says he doesn't want to go back to making movies after Guardians. He just wants to keep doing TV, and I'm sure HBO just backed up the money train to him anyways.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they're about to lose Larry David, so I mean, we haven't officially got a word that there isn't going to be a new season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. But I mean, how many more of these can he do, right?
I thought you meant he was dead. What? We didn't report that. New Alien and Blade Runner 2. Can't wait. The only new Blade Runner I seen was the Blade Runner TV series. I didn't watch Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner, until last year. Have you seen Blade Runner, Steve?
I did.
With Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer?
Yep.
I low-key hate that movie. And there's a few reasons. Okay, Rutger Hauer is amazing in the movie. Harrison Ford straight up rapes his robot. He does. He rapes Sean Young. The robot says she doesn't want to have sex with him, and he fucking grabs her, throws her against the wall, and has sex. I'm watching this. Now, I can imagine watching that back in the 80s, the early 80s when that came out, and being like, oh, okay, this is what we see in a lot of movies. Watching that as a fucking adult now, I'm like, What the literal fuck? How do people say this is one of the greatest sci-fi movies of all time? One, it's boring as motherfucking shit. There's one good scene. It's Rutger Hauer fucking speech in the rain. That's it. I'm sorry. I you may love it, whoever's watching at home, and I'm sorry if I'm crushing your dreams here, but this is just my point of view. That's a piece of trash fucking movie. That your hero in the movie is a fucking robot rapist. Not a robot racist. He might be a racist against robots too. I don't know, but he's definitely a robot rapist. Harrison Ford is a replicant too. I don't care if he's a replicant as well. He still raped the other replicant. Rape is rape, whether you're a robot or not. I've watched Predator so much. I'm a big fan of the Predator alien world. We needed Prometheus, etc., to bring a new spin to the franchise.
Yeah, I went to the movie to see Prometheus. Again, I didn't care for it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I thought it was really slow moving, Prometheus. Was that just me, or?
Yeah, no, I had the same. Yeah.
Rucka and Blind Fury. You know what? Steve, I think you and I watched that when we were kids because I remember I think you and I actually watching that movie and it being like one of our faves.
Can you grab that your horror movie?
Oh, you've got it.
You know what I mean, right? I had to get this one off Amazon. I've been looking for it for a long time, and I finally got it in my collection.
We need a sequel to that movie. He doesn't die at the end, does he? Steve's gone, so somebody else answer me. Rutger Hauer doesn't die at the end. He doesn't die at the end of Blind Fury, does he?
No,
I don't remember him. So we need a sequel.
Yeah, it's a shame he was scheduled to be at Fan Expo a few years back, and sadly passed away before his appearance. So
yeah, Brian, I remember that episode, and that's how Blade Runner should have been. The crocodile scene, nice doggy. All right, sorry, we got off there a little bit. We get on these little tangents and we start talking about all these different little monsters and shit in the world. It's weird.
So the live action movie Monsters, no, I mean it really was though, right? This was before Monsters Inc. Little Monsters, starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage. Fred Savage was doing an interview with Chris Killian, and they're talking about bringing back Little Monsters, and he's like, I would totally be on board with this, and just thought it was a great idea. And Howie Mandel obviously caught wind of the interview and tweeted out, "I'm in." As I get the movie here.
Oh, what? What is that?
That is an 80s Rutger Hauer classic right there, Wedlock. So the premise is that he gets sent to prison. He's wrongfully accused, gets sent to prison, and they have devices around their neck, and you're linked to someone else in the prison, and there's no walls.
Did they remake that?
I don't know if they remade it or not, but yeah.
There's a movie like it.
It's Mimi Rogers and Joan Chen. Classic.
Mimi Rogers and Rutger Hauer.
Yeah, so you can't get, if either you go outside the perimeter of the walls, your heads will.
You know how in Futurama they say take my money? I'll just say, nah, take my time, I guess. That's all it's getting. That's crazy, but I mean, I'm down for more Little Monsters.
Yeah,
I'm down for more Howie Mandel acting. He didn't do too much.
Walk Like a Man was a classic.
So good
with Christopher Lloyd
and Howie Mandel.
Yeah,
don't remember.
He's raised by wolves. He's somehow I can't remember. He gets lost as a child or abandoned or something. And he ends up being raised by wolves, and his brother is actually like a multi-millionaire. And he ends up finding his family, and he basically has to learn to be human again, like to be a man, and to walk upright and to talk. And he's basically a wolf. Howie Mandel playing a wolf for half the movie.
Wow.
That's some acting, people.
I mean,
And what was
Isn't
the TV show he had where he ran the mortuary?
Oh, that was good too. I can't remember it though.
I don't know about that. I remember he was on he was on
Yeah.
that doctor show. He was on the doctor
Yeah.
show. He was on a show with Denzel Washington. They were both doctors.
Hey, elsewhere.
St. Elsewhere, right? And then, but I don't remember him on another TV show except for Bobby's World.
It was a sitcom. It was a sitcom where he ran a mortuary or a funeral home.
Will remembers that movie. Fred Savage, is he grown up now? Always imagined he is a mortality cast as a teenager. He is a grown up now, and he's starting to look like one. Sadly, I'm sorry. What's the one with Rutger as an alien?
Sure.
Yo, we're doing a show. You have the Google in front of you.
You want my phone?
No.
No. I don't know what she's talking about, but I'm just saying no with you as well.
No. Say no. Always say no.
No. Well, that's why, because it was Amber. Unless it was Amber saying, "Yo, do you want to see the new picture from the Moon Knight set where they're teasing his persona, Mr. Moon Knight?" Ooh. Now, for anyone who reads the comic books, that's right from the comic books. That is from a cover from the comic books as well. I'm looking forward to this coming out at the end of March. They're saying like this is going to be a show that deals with a guy with multiple personality disorder. So it's going to be really heavy into mental disorders overall. But one actor who's been really big talking against superhero movies, saying he'd never be in one or any of these type of shows, is the big bad in this, and that's Ethan Hawke. And to get someone like Ethan Hawke, who doesn't care about money, because the guy's got more money than he knows what to do with, to get him to do and join the Marvel Universe, this has got to be a really fucking fucked up character. And I'm assuming this is going to be really laid back in the superhero-ness, and we're really going to focus more on, the psychology of it. So I'm down.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, you'll come out of the basement for this one. You'll come out of the cellar.
I will come out of the cellar. Yeah, my future ex-wife Alicia Cuthbert stars in The Cellar, which comes out on Shudder March 25th. It involves daughter vanishes, and she's forced to confront this ancient, powerful entity. So it's one of them movies. Wow.
So when you say future ex-wife, that's after her and I get divorced?
Sure.
I'm not gonna leave you a lot of time. I'm just saying. Dion, move over. Dion Phaneuf. Split Second, great show. Oh, Split Second. I think I remember that. Anyways, moving on. Another movie. We saw the trailer for Brad Pitt's newest movie. That is Bullet Train, starring Andrew Koji, Brad Pitt, and as we can see there, music sensation, wrestling sensation, Bad Bunny. I didn't even know what a Bad Bunny was when, how I first found out who Bad Bunny was? You'd think it would be through the wrestling, but it was through those Corona commercials with Snoop Dogg. Remember those with him and Bad Bunny? Hey, Bad Bunny. Yeah, that's it. But this movie looks like John Wick, written by Mel Brooks, or maybe not Mel Brooks, but yeah, it's definitely a John Wick comedy type movie. So I'm all in. I'm a Brad Pitt guy. But I don't care what anybody says. I think that's I think he's one of the best male actors on the planet. I'd put him in my top 10.
I wish.
What is Amber saying?
No, it's not even Amber. It's
what? Well, you know why? It's because he's young and doesn't know any better. It was World War Z that ruined it for him. Did World War Z ruin it for him?
Yeah, I think you're getting a nod there.
That's the only one of his movies I liked.
Oh, it's the only one he liked.
My Lord, you need to watch Fight Club. You need to watch 12 Monkeys.
So talking about the kids and things they think are lit, I had to ask my kids about this next one because I had no idea who this guy is. But rapper Jack Harlow
Yeah.
is going to be starring in White Man Can't Jump, making his acting debut. So when I asked my daughter about it, I said, "Do you know who Jack Harlow is?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I love him." She's like, "I'm like, oh, he's a rapper." She's like, "Yeah." She goes, "I can't stand his music." She goes, "But he's really funny." Like, obviously, he follows him on social media and whatnot. So
when I looked him up, the first picture that came up of him was a picture of him at the NBA All-Star game in the celebrity tournament.
right, that's right.
So he must have skills. You know, I'm wondering, did it come down between him and Justin Bieber? Just because Bieber's got legit basketball skills and hockey skills. So I'm wondering if Bieber was like someone they considered at first, and then this guy is the new hot thing coming out and a better basketball player, maybe.
Yeah, I checked him out on Spotify. I listened to one song, and my daughter was right. His music's terrible.
Ron, who? Brad fucked up in World War Z, but damn, he was great. Mr. and Mrs. Oh my God, Mr. and Mrs. There's so much, guys. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, True Romance. Remember, he plays what was his name? The stoner on the couch. I mean,
Facebook user said Legends of the Fall. That's a great movie. It's good.
It's a good movie.
I liked it.
And he's a great Fury. Have you watched Fury? One of the movies that I saw that I think is some of his worst acting, which was still good acting, was fucking oh my God, the Tarantino movie where they're hunting the Jew or the Nazis down.
Yeah, Glorious Bastards.
Thank you.
That was horrible.
And it's really horrible, but that's still one of his best roles out there. So yeah. Brad Pitt and Deadpool 2, legendary. I agree. Brian said earlier as well, Bad Bunny deserves all the respect in the world for his time in the ring. If he worked that hard in the movie, it'll be gold. They brought Bad Bunny in for wrestling, and he was good, man. He was like, if he wanted to be a wrestler, he put it this way. You know who Rey Mysterio Jr. is, right?
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio Jr.'s son is wrestling now, and I think he's like 19, 20 years old. Bad Bunny is a way better wrestler and looks more polished in the ring than Rey Mysterio Jr.'s kid does.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio Jr., he's one of the great technical wrestlers of all time, man.
Yeah, man. Not the originator of high flying, but the one who made it popular for everyone. The Luchadors. Seven. Oh my God. We're gonna do a Brad Pitt show once the tournament's over. I'm telling you. By the way, the tournament we're speaking of, just in case you're wondering, we are keeping track here. We got all the numbers coming in, but we are doing this tournament here. The RatG March Geekness, folks. We got comics. We got games. That bottom game is StarCraft, in case you can't see it. We got movies. And we got the TV shows. So let us know in the comments here. We are calculating them up. Facebook user 357 is going to give us all the winners of the first round. No, she's not. And that was a quick little sneak peek at Steve's 5-second movie review that's coming up a little later. Anyways, let's move on to the next story. Get over with this. We did Bullet Train. We did White Man Can't Jump. And hey, I know you don't really watch this, but I'm a big fan of this show. Moved over to HBO Max, and that is Titans. Well, Titans season 3 just finished, and look at this, season 4 already in production. I think that's awesome. February 28th, which was my son's birthday. 21. But yeah, man, pretty cool.
He's legal now.
He's legal to drink in the States now. I love the picture I put up of him and I at the Batman movie, and people are like, why does he look like he's your father? Because my son's got that look on his face, like, and I'm like, because that's who we are. Steve, if your kids aren't sure, I can help with Brad Pitt. Trust Uncle Luke. He don't lie. Never, ever trust Uncle Luke.
He is the fun uncle.
He is the fun uncle. but he puts the fun in fundamental alcoholic. I'm so joking. I don't even know. I'm gonna stop. That was it, and then you got some sad news here. Well, not sad, but weird.
Yeah, there's an incident in Spain at a restaurant, and in which Anthony Starr said that he was being harassed by this guy, and he had enough, and he assaulted this chef. I guess after the melee was broken up, Anthony Starr was heard saying, "You don't know who you messed with."
You just fucked with Homelander, motherfucker.
He's had his day in court, and he's got a 12 months of suspended sentence, so no real trouble for him. He's in Spain right now filming the new Guy Ritchie movie, which we don't have a ton for.
I'm hoping this is going to be dope, the new Guy Ritchie movie. I wasn't a fan. Like, I liked The Gentleman, but it wasn't. I'm waiting for him to recapture Snatch. I get Layer Cake was great, but Snatch to me is that's the stairway to heaven, and I'm looking for him to recapture that, or at least come close to that again. I started Ozark yesterday, season 1, episode 9. I'm up to. So good. If anyone was like me and not sure to watch it, thanks for the recommendation, guys. That's all on Steve. I'm gonna watch it soon, but I'm waiting for this season to be over and I'm gonna binge it all at once.
Yeah.
All right. Now speaking of and I'll put this out. It's Anthony. Anthony. There's no H in it. So, but he goes by Tony because I've met him and he says Tony. Call me Tony. Really nice guy. Don't know what happened there, but yeah, hey. Speaking of Tony Starr and the boys and Homelander, Amazon Prime just dropped the entire season of Diabolical, the animated series based in the same universe as the boys. As you see, Tony Starr there holding Laser Eye Baby Girl and Ghost Girl. It's sad. I know a lot of these characters now. They dropped all 8 episodes, I believe it is, on Amazon Prime. And each episode's basically a standalone. They all kind of follow the same premise about people that have been given superpowers through Vox. But they're all written and directed by different people. They all have different art styles. So some you're going to love, some you might not. But I will leave that all up to you. Have you watched The Boys yet? Like, are you caught up? I know I ask you this every time.
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Yeah, sweet. So are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, we're all waiting for someone to recapture Snatch with a wink. Jesus Christ! Don't trust anyone who says "Call me Tony."
We apologize, people. We just got trumped.
Yeah, we did. Don't trust anyone who says "Call me Tony," especially if their name is John.
Hey, forget about it. It's a fugazi.
So HBO Max has said that coming this April, The Batman will be in theater. Well, not in theaters. It'll be on HBO Max. It will leave theaters for HBO Max. You have not seen it yet.
I haven't.
I went out and saw it opening night at the 4 o'clock. We went at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to watch it, and every theater was sold out except for ours. There was maybe 20 people in our theater. Niagara Square had it playing at 3 different screens, so we took the screen with less resistance. And wow, yeah, it for me. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, but this is by far the greatest Batman movie I have ever seen, live action or cartoon, which I realize is saying a lot. And this seems to be everyone that's seen the movie is kind of saying the same thing as well. We finally got the one thing that movie directors have been trying to avoid, and it pisses me off even the more so because this is what Ben Affleck's Batman movie was going to be. It's a movie about a detective and about Batman, the detective, not so much Batman, the guy who kicks people in ridiculous costumes asses all the time. And this, I mean, Matt Reeves fucking killed it. And I'm not saying Pattinson's the best Batman I've ever seen, Because I still not a big fan of his Bruce Wayne. It was good. It was really good. But yeah, he was definitely well cast in this movie. So
They're saying that originally there was an over 3 hour cut of this movie.
what's that?
There's like a 3.5 hour, 3 hours and 45-minute cut of this movie.
He said the original cut was 4 hours long.
Yeah,
And
just 4 hours. Yeah,
dude, this is almost a 3-hour movie, and Logan and I were both at the end of the movie. Like that was quick. That was quick. But as comic book fan, I don't know if it'll be as pleasing for everybody else because there's so many little nods where they'll say something. I'm like, oh my god, they're talking about this person, or oh my god, that's a reference to this or to that. And my son was looking at me because my son's just as much as a comic book nerd as I am. He's like, oh my god, Dad, that's this guy or that's that guy. So yeah, it was fucking really, really good. Did you download Batman vid I sent you? All right. You know what? I didn't want to share this with the people, Luke, just because look, it's so full of spoilers, this video. But I mean, just because you're our boy, Luke, I will post this and I'll put it down as a TikTok video of the week. Somebody leaked basically everything from the new Batman movie. So I'm sorry.
చెట్లు ముద్దు పెట్టే మూలుగు ముట్టడ ఊళ్ళో గడ్డ ముప్పు కన్ను కొట్టే
I'm not gonna lie. I really thought there was going to be less dancing.
You see, because the original Batman was so popular with Prince's Bat Dance, they were like, we need to bring it back. Let's bring that shit back. We don't have Prince, but we can bring back the Bat Dance. And I'm so sorry. Anyone, honestly, if you're mad, blame Luke Tuff for that one. He sent that one to me, and oh my Lord. That shit is epic. You should see Flash Gordon version. No! Bollywood Batman. Bollywood Batman. A couple other stories to put out there for you folks. DC released this saying Black Adam will come out July 29th. The Flash, November 4th. Batgirl, December, to be announced. And Aquaman, December 16th. So DC's bringing it hard this year with their movies and HBO Max shows. Speaking of HBO Max, their competitors over at Disney Plus, we got a She-Hulk movie that's coming, starring Tatiana Maslany, great Canadian actress. A lot of us from Canada, and I'm sure a lot of you around the world, if you're sci-fi fans, know her from her epic acting. And I'm going to say, like, the show was great, but her acting, I need to put her at the top of the list after just Orphan Black. That's Tatiana Maslany, Orphan Black. Mark Ruffalo was talking about the new show She-Hulk, where she plays Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, saying that Tatiana Maslany is freaking legendary as the She-Hulk. I'm passing the banner on to her. The banner. There are some really good, funny, cool, long scenes between Professor Hulk and her. We've never really seen the Hulk interact with people the way he does in that show. Big words from Mark Ruffalo. I'm down for this. If you don't know about She-Hulk, the comic book, She-Hulk was the original fourth wall breaker. Before Deadpool talking to the readers, talking to the audience, before Zach Morris did it, it was She-Hulk way back in the 80s. And she literally referenced turning pages and shit like that. She would talk about everything. She-Hulk, let me put it this way. She-Hulk is a fucking comedy Like that's what the comic book is, and that is what this TV show is going to be. Jennifer Walters, lawyer by day, She-Hulk by night, and also a member of the Fantastic Four. If you folks didn't know, so I'm down. I think it'll be great.
We need a RatG more, you know.
That's what I do. And my last story that we've got here is that, I mean, Indiana Jones 5 wraps filming nearly 14 years after Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls premiered. Steve, you said you haven't seen the last two?
I have not seen the last two. Yeah.
Like, you're totally forgiven for Crystal Skulls because it was trash. There's a point in Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls where a nuclear bomb goes off and Indy survives by going inside a refrigerator.
Nice.
It saved him. No radiation fallout or anything when he hopped out.
I need to find out what brand of fridge that was.
It was a Maytag. Like you have to ask.
Obviously.
Obviously, the Maytag man. He didn't even have to fix it afterwards. I mean, yeah, but I would recommend watching the third movie with Sean Connery and River Phoenix because I thought that was good, and you need to be able to understand the reference. We're called the dog, Indiana. I'm just saying. I've been saying that reference to you for fucking decades and had no idea you didn't know. You didn't know. Where did I put my votes? And I took screenshots. You could put them right here if you want, or you can post them on the Facebook page, and I will gather them as we get ready for our commercial and stuff. So yeah. Or you can post them here. You can just post your answers in here. The more you nerd. Brian Green for the win. Cheers, sir. Cheers to you. Cheers. Okay. RatG presents In a World Where No One Likes the World, a world where people praise second best, comes a breath of fresh air. Indiana Jones and the Clanny Shark. Coming to a theater near you.
A Blumhouse production.
Starring those two suave motherfuckers. It's us. That's what we do. That's what we do. All right. So that's gonna do it for the news, I think. You got any other news you want to talk about?
That's it, man.
Hey, shit, man. This just in. Walk like a man. Sorry.
Walk like a man. Order. You forgot
That's right. Made to order.
movie. Ali Keating, Ted Danson, and Howie Mandel.
There you go. Check it out.
And then check out Crazy People, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Charles Grodin. Or no, that was Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton and Christopher Lloyd. But I feel like there was another one with Robert Downey Jr. No, I'm thinking Heart and Souls.
What was
Heart and Souls was awesome.
Heart and Souls was fantastic.
The dad from Raymond and Christopher Lloyd, Dream Team. Michael Keaton.
That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
For
You know what else? Pacific Heights. Great.
Love it. Another great, like, what are we on a Michael Keaton kick here? It's all Michael Keaton. And who were we talking about earlier in the show? We couldn't stop talking about.
We need a picture of Michael Keaton's posterior.
Batman.
No, we don't. No, we don't. He's the third best Batman ever. Thank you very much.
Funny
Multiplicity is hilarious.
Mr. Mom. So good.
Mr. Mom was good. Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlegeist.
He's like
Beetlejuice. And what about
so sad.
Money Train? Or not Money Train. Not Money Train. Came out same time as Money Train. George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez. He plays Jennifer Lopez's detective boyfriend.
Oh,
Ocean's 12?
no.
Oh my God, that was a great movie, by the way. It really was. I love that movie. I think Ving Rhames was in that movie as well.
Yeah. I went and saw it at the theater.
I've watched it multiple times. Every time it's on, I will watch it. Somebody let us know in the comments. What's the Jennifer Lopez, George Clooney rom-com action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That was, and it was really a good movie.
I'm gonna kick myself when I see it.
Well, as we're thinking about that, here, take a look at the bracket there, folks. Comic book brackets. And I got to tell you, it looks like the first round, we've got some big winner. Well, some winners that we figured would be coming here. But yeah, it's not looking good for Black Adam, surprisingly. Or Red Hood.
Just to make it to the 64 is an honor.
Just to make it to, no, it really isn't. And in the video games, still having some trouble there. But as we get that all going, I do want to remind you folks at home that we could not do this show at all if it wasn't for our fine sponsors. And folks, if you are looking to save some money on your internet bill, because we all know how expensive those can be, we need to just go right to where Steve's pointing right there. You see it right above his head there. That is DocNet right up top there. DocNet.ca. Go give Tony a shout at DocNet.ca. Tell him RatG TV sent you. Save your money and don't sacrifice your signal. How we're doing this, yo. Tony will get you all set up there with the best prices, with the best speeds. And not only that, if you want it, he actually has home phones as well, so you can have home phones.
What? Do you have the old style rotary ones?
Out
Out
of sight.
of sight is the movie.
Out of sight.
Oh, I thought that was the type of phone. Out of sight.
Yeah, out of sight. That's right.
Out of sight. George Clooney, J-Lo. Good movie. But yeah, good stuff. But give DocNet a call. DocNet.ca. Connect to your world, to your home, or your home to the world, whichever way you want to put it. But yeah, that was the thing that happened. Out of sight. Thanks, Will. I'm thinking Deadpool has this, not only with his sharp wit, but his mortality may well do it. Yeah, and just remember, this isn't so much who you think would win in a battle or anything like this. This is just purely a popularity contest. Vote for your favorite, so we could, so we know. And moving on to next two. So next round, then once we get this one done today, and we announce the winners from each bracket, just know voting starts immediately for the next round from there. You could start voting as soon as you see the stuff up there. We'll put it up there. I won't put it in bracket form. I think I'll just put a picture with the people that are up there that are in it, and then you just vote for who you want. Okay, make it simple. The bracket seems to be confusing a lot of people, which makes it so much easier for us to count. Anyways. And that was it. That was news. That was that. And I mean, the only thing left for us to do is Steve's 5-second movie review. So I mean, Steve, if you're ready, I'm ready. What is Facebook user still doing here?
I'm making his fucking supper. Shut up.
This is why we don't get sponsors. No, I'm just kidding. And just like that, it's time for Steve's 5-second movie review by Steve. Yeah. How do you get the extra jazz hand? What Wow. So for those of you who have never watched the show before, Steve's 5-second movie review is just as it sounds. Steve is going to do a review of a movie, and I'm going to give him 5 seconds to review said movie. And in those 5 seconds, he'll let us know what he thinks. Steve, what is the movie you're doing this week?
I am doing the new Disney Plus movie, Fresh, starring.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, God.
No, it's not the 1994 Samuel.
No.
Oh.
Weird.
Oh.
There we go. Sebastian Stan and some girl I never saw before.
Another Daisy.
Thank you. I do apologize.
No, it's all good. All good. thundering out here, I think. So you reviewed the movie fresh. It is on Disney
So
Plus.
not giving away too much, but Sebastian Stan, he has a different palette, I guess we'd say, than most people. And this movie has some twists and turns, and really starts 32 minutes in. And when I say 32 minutes in, I mean literally opening credits 32 minutes in.
Wait, the opening credits are 32 minutes long?
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, I was ready to shut it off at that point. Not at the point where I saw the opening credits, but I mean, it was around the 30-minute mark. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. But
and you said he has an interesting appetite, like sexual appetite?
No, I'm talking about actually eating.
Okay. I'm afraid.
We'll talk about it a little bit more. And again, I'm not going to try and give away too much, but the review is spoiler free, so no more than you know in the synopsis if you've read it or seen the trailer. So,
well, folks, if you're ready, I'm going to put 5 seconds on the board. Steve, are you ready? You may begin your review now.
Sometimes a meet and greet turns into eating meat.
That's good. That's really good. I love it.
He's a cannibal?
As I play my laugh track in the background.
He's a cannibal?
So
are we talking about vegans again?
You could eat meat something else.
This movie it's twisted. It's very twisted.
Disturbing is a better synopsis.
30 minutes. It seems like a pretty normal, guy meets girl, and then it goes weird.
It takes a weird left turn.
Yeah, it's done with a lot of implied stuff. I mean, there are a few pretty graphic scenes for the horror fans, but a lot of it is implied, and it definitely gave me a very hostile type feel. Not so much the torture porn aspect of it, but the rich people. Rich people and these weird societies that live on the dark web, and it's an interesting movie.
Brian Green says Uber Eats meets Tinder.
Yeah.
Well played, Brian Green. You were kicking ass tonight, for sure. Wow. So Steve, let's be honest, it sucks ass. Well, it eats ass by the sounds of it, and not in the sexual way.
This was a hard movie for me to score because there's so many elements of it. Like, again, it was disturbing. It was graphic at times, and for those aspects, horror fans, when it's not a traditional horror movie, but I mean, it would be a nightmare to live, obviously. So, yeah, it was tough, but I gave it just because it took so long to get going, and the payoff wasn't. I mean, there were some good scenes. I gave it a 2.5.
A 2.5. Wow. So not the best score, not the worst score, kind of middle of the road there. Good. All right. All I need to know is this is a movie I'm not ever going to watch.
That's right.
Yeah, Amber had to. She a couple times she asked me to actually shut it off. Like she needed a break from it. Yeah.
Yeah, Brian. It's a Disney Plus movie, but it's a Disney Plus movie here in Canada because we don't have Hulu. So my guess is this is actually a Hulu show, like Pam and Tommy.
Yeah.
But because we don't get Hulu in Canada, we get them on Disney Plus here.
You thought a talking penis was something, man? You ain't seen nothing.
You see him eat one. Wait till you see him eat one. At least he uses a bun. Yeah, I'm just guessing, and it hurts me. It hurts me to guess. It just makes me want to call on some superheroes like Iron Uncle or the greatest villain of them all, the Electronut, which is better than the busting a nut. You should see that guy. He's really a villain.
And his superpower is disgusting.
It is. Wait, come again?
Who?
I walked right into that one.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
right in the face.
should have ducked. Should have ducked. Could have taken a towel for that. Anyways, as the ship goes off the rails and the train goes off the tracks, yeah, here's our little tournament that we have been doing for you folks. You can take a look there. We've got lots of comments that have been put up there and a lot of votes that have come in, and I do thank everybody who's kind of jumped on board. I feel like we missed a couple stories there, though. We did want to talk about. I did have one here, and I don't know where it went. But I Am Legend.
Oh yeah,
Getting a sequel.
Yeah.
With Will Smith and Michael B. Jordan. Didn't he get dead?
I mean, yes.
And there's the director's cut where he gets alive, where he survives, but
yeah,
I mean, in the theatrical release, he gets dead.
Yeah.
And his dog. Well, first the dog, but yeah. That was maybe the greatest sacrifice in a movie.
But my kid hates that movie because the dog dies.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which movie?
I Am Legend, Austin.
Oh, yeah. It's Marley needs a crier too. I hate that one. They cry.
She'll be okay. She'll be all right. I promise. So we got some more comments coming in here. Took so long to get going. Damn it. It'll take me a defibrillator to get me to finish the film. Talking about Fresh.
Honestly, I mean this sincerely. There are a few things that you need to know in that 30 minutes that make sense later. So I can't say you can skip the first 30 minutes because it is really just a boy meets girl, blah blah blah.
But you need to.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you can get through the first 32, if you're a fan of shock and awe, and just
and awe.
We're fucking old guys.
We were so young when that came out, and we're so old now.
I should have watched it.
So old. Yeah. Wow. Now I've got that stuck in my head. Thank you. So here we go. We're going to start working on the first bracket here, folks. As we can see, we had the detective himself, the Batman, going up against Deathstroke. This was a really, really tight race. Just pulling it out like we figured he would with all his prep time, of course, was the Batman taking out Deathstroke. So Batman is moving ahead in onto round 2. And who will he be taking on? This was so close. This came down to 2 votes. And for the longest time, it was Wonder Woman by a lot. But at the end, it was still Wonder Woman coming up, but just by a mere 2 votes, beating Black Adam. Sorry, Rock. I think we should have done this after your movie had come out, and you probably would have won that one. This one was shockingly not even close, which just goes to show me a lot of comic book readers didn't vote on this one. And the Red Hood lost to the Joker and lost badly. The Red Hood, which was the Joker's original kind of name, was Red Hood, but the Joker killed Jason Todd, the second Robin. That was the vote in. Remember the call in? You had to call in to say whether Robin would live or die back in the 80s, and people hated Jason Todd. Like the fans hated him, and he died by a lot. And Sam here, he gets a crowbar to the face again as the Joker takes him out yet again. And then another one. This one, I thought this would have been close. I really thought we had a villain winning this one, but Lex Luthor fell really quickly and hardly to Superman. So there is a chance of us seeing Superman take on Batman later on in the DC Comics final. But we will see Batman versus Wonder Woman and Joker versus Superman in round 2. I'm not going to lie. This is a popularity thing. I think the Joker wins this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be definitely close. For sure.
First movie with a Batman Superman billboard. Shalimar. What? You're going to have to give me more context than that. I don't have a good enough memory to remember. Oh, Sha-na-na. Blue Moon. Can you imagine Joker versus Lex? That would have been great in the finales, but unfortunately, we're not going to see that. Like I said, it's going to be Superman versus Joker. Now, moving on into the comic book bracket here. No big surprise here. Hulk takes down Ultimate Green Goblin. Again, I don't think a lot of people read the comics because Ultimate Green Goblin is not the same as the Green Goblin, and he is tough and scary, but he falls to the bigger green, and that's the Hulk. And this one, another one, Deadpool like easily takes out Magneto here. This is a popularity vote, not an actual who wins vote, so that kind of makes sense. This one, Thanos thumps Silver Surfer, and then facing off against Silver Surfer, or facing off against Thanos in round 2 will be the good old knucklehead himself, Wolverine. So pretty good bracket there, man.
Nice.
Pretty good bracket. Bollock, Superman beating Lex Luthor is a movie thing, and it's a fan thing too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. What'd you think of some of those winners that we've got there from the comic book bracket?
Yeah, like we said, it's crazy to think that some of these guys are going to be gone in the first round, and this bracket's no surprise.
Yeah. Anyone that surprised you at all, though, that you saw there that moved on? I think it kind of went the way I thought it would, except for maybe the Red Hood thing. But you don't know much about Red Hood, though, did you?
No.
And I think that was a lot of the problem with that one, but that's okay. Moving on to the video games. We got the video games in here as well. We got a couple comments here. Whoops, as I accidentally opened an app that shouldn't be open. I was the one guy that voted for Red Hood. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. My vote didn't count. Jesus, can we have a comic versus movie bracket too? We can at the end.
Yeah.
If they all make it there, we can. But here for video games, we have in the Xbox division, Halo 2 taking on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and the Star Wars fans came out in droves. I agree. I think this is one of the best Star Wars games ever made, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and it moved on here. In the next round, Fable took on Dead or Alive 3. And Steve, this was a close one. What did you think here in the final votes?
I thought Fable was going to win narrowly.
Yeah, and it just did that. I think it was 2 votes that we had it there. Fable taking out Dead or Alive, and wow, that's a big one. So Fable is moving on in the Xbox bracket to take on Star Wars KOTOR or Knights of the Old Republic. The KOTOR is missing an O there, by the way. Moving on to the PlayStation round, Uncharted 4 going up against God of War Ragnarok, and I'm crying here. I'm absolutely crying here because I thought with all my heart Drake was going to take this one. I thought they had that was the way it goes. Sadly, though, this went to God of War Ragnarok.
Wow.
Then that was a big one. And Spider-Man 2018 had his way with Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, another beautiful epic game. But all these games, like this was a tough one for anyone to vote on, moving forward there. Some big upsets, though, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And then that brings us on to our movies here and movies moving forward, folk. We have a few different brackets here. We have the superhero region, the action movie region, the comedy movie region, and the horror movies. Uh, Steve, I'll handle the superhero and action if you want to handle the comedy and horrors, letting everybody know who won there from the votes. I'll start off here. Superhero movie. This one, folks, like, come on, man. I get that Joker is most recent, most in your mind, but how the hell does that beat Blade? And Blade barely gets any votes. I think it was like 60 something percent of the votes went to Joker. So Joaquin Phoenix Joker is moving on, and it is taking on. This was the tightest one we had by one vote. Spider-Man No Way Home barely gets past Logan. So it will be Joker taking on Spider-Man No Way Home in the superhero bracket. Pretty crazy to see that one, Steve, honestly.
Yeah.
Did you watch Joker? Did you care for Joker at all?
No, I like Joker.
Yeah, I liked it too. I just didn't think it was as like when we did our review of it. It was one of those ones where I was like, it's good, but I feel like we saw it with Falling Down and so many other movies that were Raging or Taxi Driver, right? But the fans spoke and the fans got what they wanted. So Joker is moving ahead to take on Spider-Man No Way Home. In the action movies here, dude, Rambo taking on Die Hard. What a tough one to start off with here. And this one, not as close as what I would have thought it would have been, honestly. I really would have thought Rambo First Blood would have had a much better showing, but it was the Christmas movie to end all Christmas movies that ended John Rambo, and that is John McClane, Die Hard, moving ahead. Jesus, who's voting?
That was a tough one.
Clearly, Step Brothers wins. We will see. Joker beat Blade. I know, right, Brian? Brian, listen, I'm here with you. Joker was good, but Spider-Man was better. Well, we will see in round 2. Make sure you guys get all your votes in for round 2. And then John Wick. I think this is a case. John Wick wins this one, and John Wick won by a lot. I'm not saying John Wick shouldn't have won, but I think that the fact that John Wick just came out was the whole reason why it came out, why it came out on top. And the last Matrix movie wasn't the greatest either. So I think a lot of people had a lot of that in their mind when they were voting.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to comedy and horror. Steve, you got these ones.
I don't have the winners in front of me.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that. And why don't you tell me who you think would have won in these ones as well? Anyways, first up, Step Brothers and Airplane. We're talking 2 classics here.
Yeah. This is a tough one because this one's a generational matchup.
It sure is.
I'd like to think that it was close, but I think Step Brothers probably pulled it out.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and you're right to say that it was close. It wasn't as close as we'd like to see it. It was 57% to Airplane, or to Step Brothers, I should say, over Airplane.
Wow.
So Step Brothers did win this one. A lot of the younger voters maybe coming in and voting on this one. So they are moving on in the comedy bracket. But who are they going to go up against? Are they going to be up against Up in Smoke or Bill Murray's Groundhog Day?
Again, not quite as far as a gap for this one as far as the generational thing, but another tough matchup. And I'd like to see. Oh God, I like both these movies so much. I think I got to go Up in Smoke, but I really hope it was close.
You know what? You and I both big puffers as we are and following Cheech and Chong. I'm right there with you, wanting this to be really close. I think we're just old, dude. I think we're just old because Up in Smoke went Up in Smoke and Groundhog Day destroyed it. 83% of the vote going to Bill Murray's Groundhog Day.
My kid, he's 18 now, my youngest, and he watched Up in Smoke, I think last year, maybe.
Oh.
And he absolutely loved it. He said it was the funniest movie about nothing he's ever seen.
Which one? Up in Smoke?
Up in Smoke, yeah. He's like, there's no plot line. He's like, but it's funny.
Tell him he needs to stop smoking weed already. I guess he's around the age we were when we started.
Yeah.
Damn, we're old. Moving on. So a quick recap here. Superhero category. Next week, you folks are voting on Joker versus Spider-Man No Way Home. It's going to be Die Hard taking on John Wick. You've got Step Brothers taking on Groundhog Day. And now, Steve, moving into the horror movies. What do you like? I mean, what do you think? Where would your vote lie?
I mean, when I picked these ones to go into the 64, I tried to be as unbiased as possible and trying to pick movies that change the genre rather than pick my favorites.
Right.
So I think these four were good indications of movies that change their genre because Night of the Living Dead. I mean, people ran out of theaters when that came out. Like
it was. People remember that? Do people remember that? And does it hold up?
Yeah, I still love it. I'm a huge horror fan. Like I like watching horror movies from the 30s. So I'm that guy. We just had the 100th anniversary of Nosferatu a couple days ago.
Right.
To me, still, I'm not a huge vampire guy, but I think one of the greatest horror movies ever made because it's still freaky as shit, man.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I hope it was close, but I got to pull for my zombies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if that had said The Walking Dead, I think it wins. But sadly, it was up against arguably the scariest movie of all time that a lot of people have on the top of their list, and that's The Exorcist. And The Exorcist walked away with 78% of the vote there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that brings us to our last one here.
It was, Night of the Living Dead was 60s. This was 70s, and this was another game changer.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And then that brings us to the last bracket. Two newer type movies, I guess 90s.
Yeah, and again, two different genres. I mean, Scream kind of, I like to call it, like, I'm a big music guy, and I like my metal, and there's so many different subgenres. There's new metal and new, like new metal. So I like to think of Scream as a new horror because they kind of changed it, and it became a classic whodunit and a slasher without a lot of gore. I mean, there was some, but... And then not a huge fan of the Blair Witch. I got to say, I went and saw it when it came out, and I was pretty disappointed with it. I do get the innovation of it being, kind of the first of its kind for found footage movies. So that's why I included it. I thought it deserved to be here.
Oh, shit. Sorry. I was on mute there. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. These were kind of game changers as well, like you were saying, for that new era. Listen, some good movies there as we're looking at the wrong ones.
I got to think Scream won this one though.
Yeah, no, and that's what it did. Scream actually did win this one. It was a lot closer though. This was 66% of the vote they won with there, which is a lot closer than I actually thought it would be, because I thought Blair Witch was one of those ones that, when it first came out, if you were around when it first came out, you would have really, dug it and was stuck in your mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know about, if you're a younger viewer or whatever, or even an older viewer who, wouldn't have watched it, sort of thing.
I'm not sure how many sequels Blair Witch did get. I know they got a second one because I went and fucking saw it in the theater like a fucking idiot. and it was fucking so bad.
Yeah.
Right.
It was bad.
So bad. Looked at the list, saw Blair Witch, thought was Baywatch. So you voted for the wrong thing because you thought it was Baywatch. I don't blame you for not wanting to vote for Baywatch either.
Love it.
Scream was good. The sequels were ass. The latest okay, but the series was okay. Yeah. I still have to watch the newest one. I think they're all okay as well. The first one was excellent though. I love the first one, honestly. So yeah, that does it for the movies. Quick recap. Just the last bracket there. So we have got obviously sorry, what who did we have the winner there? Was Step Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Step Brothers taking on Groundhog Day. And then we have Exorcist taking on Scream. So not bad, not bad. Superhero, of course, we've got Joker taking on Logan. We've got Die Hard taking on John Vick. Mr. Vick, if you're ready, it is time. It is time, Mr. Vick, for the TV. This is the last bracket of round one. There we go. So this was another tough one, dude. We keep talking about how tough these brackets were, and they are. Millennials shouldn't be allowed to vote. dude, you have to realize the older we get, the more other generations are getting older and getting to vote too. So we can't keep blaming the millennials for stuff. Now we got to start blaming Gen Z and Gen Z or whatever else is next. All I know is Gen X never gets blamed. Time to say goodbye. John Wick will win all, especially if he's got a 9. I got a 9 in my pocket. I'm lying. So we got Game of Thrones taking on 24. We got Vikings taking on Warrior. We've got The Walking Dead taking on American Horror Story. We got Bates Motel taking on Ash versus Evil Dead. In the comedy, we've got Married with Children taking on Night Court. Seinfeld taking on The Big Bang Theory. And then we've got in the superhero, it is The Boys taking on Netflix's Daredevil. And we've got The Greatest American Hero taking on Peacemaker. Gen X gonna give it to you. Gen X rules. Yes, we do. Yes. We are not gonna say no, we don't, because we do. All right. So here we go with the TV category. Are you ready, sir, for this?
I am. Yeah. This is the I think the biggest bracket, with the closest matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's one that I was hoping was going to be really close, but it's really not a close one. The first one that we start off with, Game of Thrones with a whopping 86% of the votes takes out Jack Bauer and 24. I think
I'm surprising it was that
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, far away. Yeah. No, really.
24 is such a good show, but just
it was hugely popular. So I mean,
yeah. But it was so long ago. I think a lot of people forgot about it. And if
it could be a case of one of those things for sure.
And if the last season of 24 you watched, another or 24 Legacy or whatever it was called, and Jack Bauer's not in it at all, then you really probably didn't care for it too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
I get that, but a little piece of me died with that one. Like I was a Lannister.
Another big one, like literally a battle of the ages: Vikings versus Warrior.
Warrior.
Yeah, and this
I love them both.
Yeah, this is a tough one for you and I. You're a huge Vikings fan. I'm a huge Warrior fan. Check out Hop This Way show, airing every week. And you know what? I love fucking Warrior. I love the TV show Warrior. But sadly, it was just Chad and I that voted for Warrior. It seemed with this one was actually pretty close. It was 68% of the vote though, and it definitely went to Vikings there. And Vikings is moving on, and they will be taking on Game of Thrones in the action round, in the action bracket, the second round. Now moving on, that moves us along to the horror bracket for TV. Horror thriller.
Yeah, this matchup is one of those ones that's like The Walking Dead started off so strong and has quickly become one of those shows that people love to hate.
Yeah.
And American Horror Story fans, I think it's a newer generation maybe that it attracts maybe a wider audience.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely seems that way. Like, and I would be there with you. because they're on. Aren't they on one of the major networks? American Horror Story.
American Horror Story, FX, Walking
Oh,
Dead.
okay, so they're not either.
AMC.
Okay, so yeah, they don't. Oops, as we see there. Yeah, I guess it's at the. It kind of follows along the same lines as The Walking Dead, though. That all being said, even though it does have the bigger market, it seems. The Walking Dead's just a fucking juggernaut. They've got conventions and shit like that. And with 77% of the vote, The Walking Dead took it from American Horror Story.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really thought it'd be closer, but yeah, I was really thinking that The Walking Dead might win this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just all the seasons, and I think a lot of people just voted based on which one they know, because they both, and it makes sense now that you say it is. And I forgot American Horror Stories on FX.
Right.
They're neither one of them are any of the main cable channels, so they're both fringe channels, and just Walking Dead just has a bigger following. I mean, when it comes to the fringe, I think so. Yeah. But that's gonna move us forward to the next part of the horror/thriller bracket, and that is Bates Motel taking on Ash versus the Evil Dead. And Steve, this was our second closest one that we had.
Now, this is the one I was going to say. This is one of the ones that if somebody loses, I think a little piece of me will die in this one.
Where do you think? So I'm a little piece of you is going to die with this, but which part of you think is going to die with this one?
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know.
You have to choose one of your babies. Choose it now. Is it Norman Bates or is it going to be Ash?
I loved both these shows, but I got to go Ash.
Yeah, and I'm glad you went Ash, just so I could tell you that he lost. I'm so sorry. 54%, 54%. To be honest, though, this one we didn't get a whole lot of votes for this bracket right here. So, I mean, it was very, very close. But Ash does not move on.
Bates Motel, great show, love it.
Yeah. So Bates Motel is moving on, and Bates Motel will be taking on The Walking Dead, and we will see Vikings taking on Game of Thrones. Now let's move down to the bottom half of the TV bracket, starting off with comedy. And this one, oh my God, Steve, this hurt my heart. This one was like, I really, really dig Married with Children, and I absolutely love Night Court. We all know how much that's my all-time favorite.
I love both these shows. Like I said, if I had to pick a baby, it would narrowly be Married with Children. But this is a heartbreaker for me either way.
Yeah, this was a tough one. It was hard coming up with who was going to go up against two here, but going up with Night Court versus Married with Children, and dude, I am truly sorry. I expected Night Court to lose this. Night Court did win, and they won with 66% of the votes. I'm honestly shocked, just because they've been out of the public eye for so long. I don't know if it's because of the renewal. I don't know if it's because you and I talk about Night Court so much on this show, if that's why, and it's our fans that are voting. But Night Court did move on past Married with Children. I didn't think they stood a chance. I'm not even gonna lie.
I guess that either way, this is one of those matchups that both these shows deserve to be further in the bracket.
Yeah, it's true. The older you get, the more you understand Al Bundy. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Truer words. So moving on. So that moves us on to Seinfeld versus The Big Bang Theory.
This is another one. It's one of those matchups where it's like two of my all-time favorite shows. But got to go The Sign. Everybody loves The Sign.
Everybody? I mean, like, everybody? I mean,
no,
everybody loves
Big Bang. It would not shock me at all if Big Bang Theory ran away with this one.
So you know what sucked about this one? We got so many votes from people that said anything but The Big Bang Theory. Do you know how hard it is to fucking try to count those votes? There's a lot of hate out there for Big Bang Theory and their laugh track, and and Friends. Those two shows get a lot of hate, but it's usually like hipster types. And I don't mean hipsters. I just mean people who just say it so that they're not saying the same thing everybody else is saying. It's my assumption. You might hate it for legit reasons. We don't believe you, but it's magic. Night Court. Yeah, it is. Where's the vote for this? I clearly missed it. I'm so old. I missed the votes. We put them everywhere. I got on TikTok. Thank you to everybody on TikTok who voted as well. Mr. Snidbits, Ray, Cinematic Baller, and another buddy of mine who's absolutely one of my friends on TikTok. And I'm sorry to get off on a tangent here. Cell phone wallet keys, movie reviewer, went from getting 15, 20 likes a video. Every video averages about, I'd say, 2,000, 3,000 likes, 20,000 likes. Like he's doing great. What the TikTok? Go back to bed, sir. You missed your Metamucil. Bedtime is past already. We'll let you know when Matlock's on in the morning. That being said, my little piece of comedy right there. I fucking hate this, but Seinfeld won.
Yeah.
Seinfeld won. Like, fuck. I love The Big Bang Theory. Like, it's the only sitcom aside from Night Court that I can just put on and just keep in the background.
Yeah, it's a great show. I love it.
Yeah. Laughed my ass off. And that brings us down to the bottom of the TV categories here. Superhero category, folks. And in the superhero category, we have got Amazon Prime's The Boys taking on Netflix's Daredevil, which is actually Disney Plus now, moving to Disney Plus, which is another story we had. And the boys are taking on Daredevil. This one was actually very, very close. I was shocked and in awe of this one, but I don't know how. I honestly don't know how, because believe it or not, I'm the one that put I put the loser up as my pick. And sorry. I put the loser. I did not put the loser up as my pick. I voted for the loser. And that was The Boys, and The Boys lost.
Wow.
57% Daredevil wins. To me, it's got to be a little bit of Spider-Man No Way Home, seeing spoilers, but Daredevil's in it. And also now finding out that all those Netflix shows are moving to Disney Plus. So I know my son's doing a deep dive and watching all the Netflix shows again, and everyone who has Netflix but doesn't have Disney Plus is doing that. So maybe that's why. I love the Daredevil series. I think it's really great. The Boys is such a better show.
Boys is great.
It's so good. How come Faulty Towers isn't there? Because we're not in England. Daredevil just had a new boost in popularity, though. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Brian. I think that's completely what had happened there.
If we did a UK version, Faulty Towers would win hands down.
If we did a UK version, Faulty Towers would still lose to Mrs. Brown's Boys. Just kidding. I don't even know if that's a thing. I think it's a thing, but no. The best comedy coming out of the UK is obviously Coronation Street.
Downton Abbey.
That's the one. Why do Coronation Street's us? Downton Abbey's them. They're the same boring crap. Kidding. Love you guys, England. Are you being served? Is that a movie, or are you just asking me about the are you talking about the cheerleader movie, or you've just been served? I don't know. Should have been a volleyball movie. Steve's 5-second movie review, making another pop up there. Just so you know, next week will be a good one. So coming up here, the boys are moving on, and they are going to take on either The Greatest American Hero, which arguably has the greatest theme song for a superhero show, next to maybe Peacemaker, who they're taking on. Do you really want to have me? I don't even know what they're saying there, but it's a great song. Yo, this wasn't even close. Like this was like 87% of the vote went to Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I love the Greatest American Hero. We need the reboot they keep teasing, but yeah, Peacemaker is just too good. Have you watched it yet?
I'm like 3 episodes in.
Yeah. So I think it's a good win. That's a British sitcom. Fuck Mrs. Brown's Boys is shite. Oh, Are You Being Served is a British sitcom.
Okay.
Gotcha. Like The Office and Ghosts. But I just watched the American versions of both those. So there you go, folks. Quick recap for you. Moving on in the comic book section, we have got Batman going on to face Wonder Woman, who Wonder Woman just barely got through there. We have got Joker taking on Superman. Ooh, Injustice. Anyone who's seen the movie or read the comic books will love that. From the Marvel bracket, we're going to see the Hulk taking on Deadpool. Then we've got Thanos taking on Wolverine. That's gonna be a great bracket to see break down. Video games from the Xbox bracket, we're gonna see Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic taking on Fable. Then we've got the PlayStation one. This one killed me. This still makes no sense. God of War Ragnarok is taking on Spider-Man 2018. Oh, we didn't say who won the Nintendo round, did we?
No, we didn't.
Oh my God, folks! Zelda: Ocarina of Time lost to Super Mario Brothers 3. So Super Mario Brothers 3 is taking on Mario Kart that beat out Tetris. So we're going to see a Mario battle going into next round in the Nintendo battles. Then over to the PC/mobile games, Pokemon Go crushed Candy Crush. So Pokemon Go is going to be taking on World of Warcraft. So World of Warcraft versus Pokemon Go. You've got what did I say? Super Mario Brothers 3 taking on Mario. Spider-Man versus Uncharted, and Fable versus Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Moving on to the next bracket, we have got this is another one that makes sense. Wait is such a better movie, folks. The first one at least. Joker is going to be taking on Spider-Man No Way Home. Then we've got John McClane in Die Hard taking on John Wick. Then it's going to be Step Brothers, which another one, like fuck. But Step Brothers is going to be taking on Groundhog Day. And then it's going to be The Exorcist taking on Scream. And in the final round from TV, in the action bracket, we're going to have Game of Thrones taking on Vikings. In the horror section, it is going to be The Walking Dead taking on Bates Motel. Did we say that?
Yep.
I feel like I didn't say it, but okay. In the comedy TV section, we're going to have Married with Children taking on Seinfeld. And in the superhero, we have got Daredevil in a huge upset taking on John Cena's Peacemaker. So yeah, man, there you go. Get your votes in. If you find the original, you can go on there and vote on there. I will do an update of this. I will just post pictures of the matchups of the actual people or the shows and put a little versus thing, and then you can vote that
People
way.
like pictures.
People do like pictures. Super Mario is the winner. Super Mario is the winner. I'm the winner.
Yeah, we might see him see the cup at the end. Who knows?
Yeah. This was the first time I caught your show. You guys are the best show in my living room. Can't wait for the next episode. Thank you, Brian. We really do appreciate that. And hope to see you next Saturday. We're here every Saturday, unless we give you notice on Ryan's All Things Geek Facebook page. Find us there.
Because sometimes we have a life on Saturday night.
Sometimes we have to pay other bills, so we'll do that stuff as well. I do. He doesn't. He's rich. Thank you. But yeah, that's it. So what are you looking forward to moving into the next round? Where's some of those matchups you're looking at?
Oh man, again. It just these tournaments they just get tougher every round. I got to think, man.
Well, we
If I
got
had to pick a winner now with the final. What are we? 32 now.
yeah. Yeah. Do you have an overall winner you think is going to be the Geekness winner?
I'm gonna go purely on logic, and I'm gonna pick something from the MCU.
Ooh. So movies then. You're going Marvel movies. So
I-
the only Marvel movie left is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
So you're taking I mean, that's a solid fucking pick. That's a solid pick, dude. I mean, I'm looking at this. I don't see anybody in the comics that's going to take that. Like maybe Wolverine, or Batman. Video games, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
and seeing Uncharted get knocked off so early, like that was. I don't know. I don't see anyone in the video games that's taking that down.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just did movies and then TV. I mean, maybe Seinfeld.
Yeah. It's.
But and he'd have to take him up. That would have to happen in that bracket. They're on the same half. So
Yeah.
TV series and movies. I mean, it's gonna be a fun
It's gonna be a dogfight.
Where is the money, babe? He didn't tell me. Wait, what? It's a weird thing. Before I predict a winner, what is the average age of the
rating.
Honestly, it's so hard to say. I want to say that we have a lot of Gen Xers, but we don't. We have a lot of millennials. We have a lot of boomers. Well, not a lot of boomers. We got boomers though. We've got people all over the place. Honestly, we've been doing Ryan's All Things Geek page since 2011. So we have an eclectic taste in over 110,000 followers. So depends. TikTok, I think they're all around my like Gen X. But the Facebook page, no clue. Everybody, they're all there. I could find out, but I'm not looking. So Brian, we are about to leave. If you want to give us your prediction, let us know in the comments. We'll put it there. Anybody else? Have you got a winner you think that's going to go all the way through after the first round? Let us know here. Again, you can go to the Ryan's All Things Geek page. I will post on there update. We'll put them on Instagram as well, and I'll talk about them on TikTok as well. You can find us. I think it's just Zeus Fleming on TikTok, honestly. But yeah. Luke says, Brian, it's full of all ages. Go with it, fella. It always sounds so much creepier coming from Luke. I predict Batman based on the hype from the new movie.
Yeah. That's. I mean, there's so many that you could just go all the way through, like Batman, Seinfeld. I mean,
yeah, for sure. And yes, the Batman. It's that good. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And to me, the best Batman movie they've ever made. Pattinson's a beast. Colin Farrell's a beast in this movie as the Penguin. Oh my God, I can't wait. I hope that's the HBO Max spinoff series that we're getting. That's the early rumors are that he was so good. John Turturro as Carmine Falcone. So good. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. She's the best Catwoman we've seen so far. Yeah, man. I dug it. I dug it a lot. And Andy Serkis as Alfred was pretty good, man. I mean, that's a hard role to fuck up, though. I think, honestly. But yeah, really well written. 8 out of 10. Go see it if you get a chance. And don't watch it on the TV. Like, don't stream it because you'll lose so much. Just go sneak into a theater somewhere. And tell them Steve sent you.
Yeah, they have my picture up everywhere.
They do. They have my picture up in New York, though. You're supposed to. They said it was something about, I don't know, some kind of subway video. I swear to God, that's not me, though. I swear to God, I still don't know who that guy is. Somebody sent me that video. I've been to New York, but I haven't been there since I was on Ricky Lake. Yeah. I predict Basil Fawlty, although he's not there. Blumhouse rules. I take it that's somebody from Blumhouse. Super Mario 3 Cinderella Team.
Maybe.
Could be.
Great game.
No.
Still love playing that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the one with the tail, right? You can become
Right.
the raccoon, and the 8th world, and all the different warps. Yeah, that's good.
Great game.
Definitely the best one up there. One of the best ones out there. But yeah, man, that's it. So if you want to vote, cast your votes. Go to the Ryan's All Things Geek. Go to the RatG TV group page. If you're a friend of mine, I'll post it on my normal page. It'll be on TikTok. It'll be on Instagram. There's no reason not to vote for the second round, folks. So I hope you had a good time. Well, and Wingnut, did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Me too. Well, you know what? It must be time for the show to end because it's starting to get cold in my studio. That being said, many thanks to everybody that joined in. Lots of love to you all. Hope you all have a great and prosperous week and the rest of your weekend. From us